Railing in Revit don't have to be frustrating. These three smart hacks will save you time and give you full control. Also, excuse my voice, I'm a bit under the weather, but I still wanted to bring you this video. So if you go to Architecture tab in the Circulation panel, you can see this railing tool. And as you know, there are two different ways that we can create railing. One of them is just a very simple line on a ground on wherever you want, which you can create it with this one. And the other one is to create it on a staircase like this one or on a ramp. These two options are very, very similar, but since this one is a little bit more complex, we're going to go with this one. So in here, you have two options to create your railing on a thread or on stringers. Right now, we don't have any stringer on this stair, and by default, I usually use this thread. So click on this one and then just simply select your staircase. And now we have a full railing in here. Now let's see how we can make it look much better. To start, I'm going to just simply zoom in and fix this first issue that comes to our eyes. So as you can see, this is a very huge problem, and I personally don't like to have a railing like this. So there are a few things that we can consider we can add to our railing to fix this part. One of them is to create offset from this railing of these threads. I will just simply select my railing, and then from this part you can add offset to its path. I'm going to put it on 5 centimeter like this, or even more than this. We can go to 7 or 10 centimeter. I will add it to this part too. Let's go with just simply 7 centimeter. As you can see, it looks a little bit better. So to continue, I'm going to go to Edit Type, and in here in the baluster placement, I'm going to set all of the corner posts on none. The corner posts are all of the balusters that we can see in the corners, simply everywhere that we have a joint. I will just simply switch this to none, click on OK and OK. After this, we need to go to the setting for the handrail. I'm going to select my handrail with tab like this, and if you go to its edit type, you can see that its default joint is set on meter. I'm going to switch this to fillet, and after that I will add a fillet radius. We can go, for example, with 1 centimeter. If we click on apply and OK, perfect. As you can see, with just a very simple technique, we created a much smoother corners. And if you look at all of these sections, you can see that it looks much better, much better than the previous one. Now let's go to the second part, the second hack that I want to explain. This time again, I'm going to select my handrail, go to its edit type, and we are going to work on the extension for the beginning, for the bottom, not for the top. I mean, these two sections are exactly the same, but I'm going to create this technique for the beginning extension. Okay, first of all, I'm going to set this on floor, and as you can see, we have a few other options too, but the part that I want to have is for connecting this handrail to the floor. So I'm going to go with floor option, and then we can add a few centimeter lengths for it, for example 15 centimeter, and I'm going to click on apply. Now as you can see, this way our handrail looks much better. And again, if you want, you can delete this end post or start post. If we select this railing, go to its edit type and to baluster offset, we can just simply set this start post on none, click on OK and OK. Now this looks much clean and professional. Before we jump to the next technique, we are celebrating the channel's second birthday this week. So to thank you all, there is 50% off on the course and all of the Revit families for 1 full week. So if you want to master Revit to the advanced level, now is the perfect time. Check the link in the description, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below or email me directly. Okay, now the last hack that I want to share with you is about the balusters, but we can literally use it on any other part. I'm going to simply create a railing on the ground, simply like this. If we hit finish, I'm going to change its type to this one. Select it, go to its edit type, and let's switch its baluster type. I will select this M railing, the baluster that I have just created before. And if you want to learn how you can create it too, you can check this video up in the card section. Okay, so as you can see, this type of baluster doesn't need to have a handrail like this or posts like this. We can simply change these posts type if you want to, but the problem in here is about this handrail. So to hide it, to delete it, we can simply go to edit type, and in here in the baluster placement section, you can see that this top section is set on top rail element. So we need to switch it to host and then add a little bit top offset to here. I'm going to add it as the height of my baluster. We can change these settings in the setting that we have created for the railing itself too in this part. I'm going to also put the start post and the end post and of course the corner post on none too. If we click on OK, right now we can simply uncheck this section, click on OK, and now we have a perfect railing without any handrail. If you look at this part, setting for the baluster we created before, we have added some parameters. Here we can change its width. I'm going to put this part on 15. We can change the gap, the distance we have between this part and here. I'm going to put this on 5 centimeter, for example, and for its height, let's go with just simply 90 centimeter. If we click on apply and change this section a little bit more, 20 or maybe 25, click on apply, this type of baluster looks much better. Now for the other ways that we can use this technique, I'm going to show you how you can use it on setting lighting on the street or setting some bushes on the street, anything that you want. You might say that this is very similar to using array, but this technique will give you some other options that might be helpful in different situations. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to go to file and create a new family in the metric baluster section. Okay, without changing anything, I'm going to go to ref level and I will import this lighting to my family. Okay, I will use this load into project and I'm going to select this family number 2. If we click on OK, we will have it in this part. I'm going to just place it in the center. Then I will just simply load this into my project. Click on OK, and this will be my baluster. Okay, if we go to this 3D view and select this railing, go to its edit tab to baluster family. In here we will have this family number 2. I didn't change any name for that, and I'm going to put this on 1. Also I will change it in here because I need to use this distance from previous. I'm going to click on OK and OK again, and as you can see we have all of these lightings in here. If we want to control them, let me just delete this one. Now I'm going to select this railing, go to its edit type. In here I will change this distance from previous and I'm going to put it on 1.5. Click on OK and OK and OK again. So we have just one baluster in here, and this is because the path that we created is very small. I'm going to put this on 25. Click on OK and hit finish. As you can see, we have all of them in here. If you want to change its placement, like if you want to rotate it, you just need to go to this ref level, and in this part I'm going to just simply rotate this 90 degree, load it again into the project, click on OK and overwrite the existence. If you go to 3D view, you can see all of them are set perfectly like this in here. As you know, in Revit, there is not just one way to create the things that we want. So I just wanted to share this alternative way with you in case you need to use it. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Don't forget to check the links in description, and I will see you next time.